Hello, hello. So we're gonna swatch some inks today. I got an amazing package from the beautiful Mandy over at Bookish Artist. I'll put her information in the description below, but you should really check her out if you are interested in fountain pens, inks, art, illustration. She is a prolific creator. She, I think, almost puts out a video a day. I tend to sort of binge watch them while I'm sketching or doing laundry or swatching inks myself. And she's just a really down-to-earth, sort of genuine person to watch, and lots of inspiration there. If you're interested in illustrating at all or sort of doodling in your journals, she's got a lot of helpful little tips and tricks. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you before we get started on the swatching just the little things that she sent. I think this was super creative. It's an Archer and Olives little box, and I think she just sort of upcycled it to mail it. I took off my mailing address, but I thought that was really cool, and it has a little, oh, I put the drawer back in the wrong way. And it has a little drawer in here that she just filled up with stuff and then taped it up. So I thought that was a really great little reuse of that box. And she sent this little Pelican fountain pen over. I don't own any Pelicans, so I'm kind of excited to try this out and give it a go. It has like a big long cartridge in it. Maybe, I think the Bennu uses these, maybe the really long cartridges. So that will be interesting to try that out. So thanks, Mandy. And then she also sent this lovely little folder of paper goods in here. And it looks like there's some little illustrations from other artists, but I think like these ones are her illustrations. She just does really beautiful sort of, I mean, look at that. So cute. Beautiful flowers and, oh, some washi tape. So this is just a little washi tape sampler, which is nice. And then these other little washi tapes of people. Oh, cute. A little blotter paper. Oh, thanks, Mandy. I wanted to try these out. So that's the Esterbrook blotting paper, so that will be very handy. And then, oh, this is cute. Just some little journaling stickers and washi tapes. Oh, that's very sweet. Well, I love that. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to put these in my journal or decorate my stuff. Okay, so let's get down to getting these inks out and swatching them. I see there have been a couple that have leaked, but she very thoughtfully sort of put them in little bags. So it's super contained to just a couple, and it doesn't look like much has been lost. It's just on the labels. So hopefully I can still read those. So let me take these all out of the bags and put them in my little holder here, and then we can start with the swatching. Alright, so I have my Kokuyo paper here. This is the Sarasa paper, which I really like. And I have my little toothbrush holder from Daiso. I have my number 2 Polar Flow brush, which I like to swatch with, and my Hokoro dip pen in the medium with a feed on here, which I don't probably need it for the amount of text I'm going to write. I just find it easier to use with the feed on it. Just seems a little more consistent and writes more like a fountain pen to me. So let's get started. All right, so the first one we have is Diamine Forever Red Ochre. So this one might have been the one that leaked, yeah, because it's kind of all over the place, but it was easy to wash off, actually, for a permanent ink. I was surprised about that. Came right off the bottle. And then I always have a microfiber towel here, which I get most of the water off my instruments. And then I always blot them on this lint-free towel because it just absorbs the water really well and doesn't transfer any lint that's going to get into your fountain pen nib or the little vial. So let's start with this one. Oh wow, that's much redder than I thought. I thought it would be a little more brown. I just had to go grab a piece of blotting paper so that I don't leave my fingerprints on the paper here, which I tend to do. So at the moment, this is looking very much like dried blood. Not too appealing, but I think it would be great for mixing. I'm really interested in these Diamine Forever inks. As you guys might know, I really like to do watercolor, like ink and wash. So these seem like a great option. Oh, I've got that ink all over me. Hang on, I'll just wash it off and be right back. Yeah, so these seem like a great option for sketching, and because there's quite a large color range, you can mix them a lot like the Roche and Klinger inks, that the sketch inks. So I am interested in probably trying all of this line just because it's fascinating to me and I love having waterproof inks to try out. Okay, so the next one is Kobe Goshikira Ochre. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one, sorry. So I'm just gonna, because I have the pen in my hand, I'm just gonna write it first off. Ooh, this was lovely. So this is a little more orange than I thought. On screen, to me, when I saw Mandy swatch this, it seemed a little pinker, but this is actually leaning quite orange. It also might look a bit more orange because it's next to this sort of red color. This is drying down way more brown red than that vibrant sort of bloody red. So this is actually really nice, the Diamine Forever. And this ochre is almost has a little bit of vibrancy to it, a bit of neon peach actually. And there's a little bit of color, maybe duochroming in there. That is fascinating. I really like that. But yeah, it is a little, I think it's a little more peachy than I thought, rather than pinky. Okay, this one is Tasha Ume Murasaki. Ooh, that's beautiful. Wow. Wow, it's really brown where it's really saturated, and then as soon as it starts to dry, it's turning this beautiful, very rich strawberry pink. Oh, that is a really interesting color. And as I'm writing it, the heavier parts are this sort of dark brown, and then the lighter parts are this pink, just like the swatch here. But that is really amazing, just this contrast between these two colors right now. Okay, next up is J. Eban Vert Cactus. And I was really interested in this one. Oh, this is much darker. Actually, where it's drying here, it's quite vibrant. But where it's more heavily saturated, it's a bit more of an olivey green. That's quite lovely, very rich. So this is the J. Eban Vert Cactus. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing all of that terribly. Yeah, I really love the richness of this. And in the writing, it's quite dark. Much darker than I thought. I thought it would be fresher green and lighter, but I actually really love this color. It's beautiful. All right, next one is Seila Manyokuri. This is interesting. It's quite a gray, sort of gray pinkish brown. I think in my mind, I thought maybe it was a little pinker. It is quite a light ink. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? It actually is very legible in the writing. I mean, this is a medium nib. I can imagine in finer nibs it wouldn't be as legible, but that is quite, for such a sort of watery ink, that is quite readable. Okay, then we have Sailor South Dakota. I saw Mandy putting this in one of her sort of little color palettes and really wanted to try it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so vibrant. That is a beautiful pink. It's a little bit lighter than I thought, actually, a little more watery too. So this is Sailor South Dakota. That's delicious. That's really sort of a cool pink, very, very legible, but quite a watery ink, much like the Kuri here. Very sort of thin inks, but look really beautiful actually. Now, this one is Diamine Saddle Brown. I love my brown and earth colors. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is a really sort of warm chocolatey brown. Yeah, it is a really good name for it. It is kind of like sort of a leather color, tanned leather. Next one is Robert Oster Plum Nut. This looks like another pinky orange color. And some of these inks I kind of knew that I was getting. Oh wow, this is pinker than I thought. This is beautiful. This is lovely. I have a little Google Doc that I put in inks that I want to try, and so I sent that to Mandy, and I also sent her my fountain pen companion list, which is all the inks that I already own. A bunch of these were actually on my list to try, so that was really cool. And then she looks like she's included a bunch of other ones too, which is lovely. I have not tried any of these before, so always exciting to try new inks. Oh, I love this one, Plum Nut. Yeah, so this is a really sort of cool leaning pink as well. Not as cool as this one. So it has a little more red in it than this one. And it's really lovely. And it has quite a bit of haloing in the text. Not a ton of shading, but quite a bit of haloing. And by haloing, I just mean that it's sort of darker on the edges than it is in the middle. So I really kind of like that in inks as well. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. I think shading is probably my favorite quality, but I really do like the haloing as well. This one is Van Dieman's Tiger Snake. Ooh, oh my gosh. That's nearly neon green. That is a super acidic green. Ooh, I love it. You can see on the vial here, it just looks sort of like toxic waste. I love it. I love that ink. And it's in the swatch, it seemed very sort of neon and acidic. In the text, it has some beautiful shading, and it really sort of tempers out that acidity of it. With the medium nib, at least, you get a little bit of the dark and a little bit of the light, so it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying that one. And this one is Sailor Yoromeku Itezora. Okay, and this one maybe looks like a bit of a grey or a navy. Ooh, so this is quite a watery ink too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, you can see as it's drying, it's got this vibrant teal in it and grey. That is a really interesting ink. Itezora. I'm not sure how to say that. I am sorry for probably butchering that one. And this is drying so fascinating. Duo shading here, or duochrome color here. Got actually there's sort of like a light teal, then there's this vibrant teal haloing around here, and then there's sort of like a grey, a cool grey as well. That is a deliciously interesting ink. Love that one. And then we have, oh, Wearingeul Purgatorio. I have wanted to try this for so long. I'm very excited. This kind of pinky brown color is definitely in my wheelhouse. Whoa, that is a super thin ink. Oh, I did not expect that. Wow, that is really light and very, very watery. Beautiful color, but so much more subtle than I was expecting. Yeah, wow. Still very readable, even though it's a very light ink, and it's drying with a bit of really interesting chroma shading here. There's a vibrant pink going on, and it's sort of a brown. That is a beautiful color, and it's drying much darker than when you put it down. It seems like it's just sort of like something that you've washed out a pink brush in, like the leftover water. It was so thin and sort of watery, but it actually is drying to be a lot darker. Oh gosh, yeah, I love that. I thought it might be a little more saturated, but I really like that a lot. Thank you for sending me that one, Mandy. I have wanted to try that for the longest time, and it's sitting in my cart on Atlas because I was like, should I just get it? And I'm like, nope, I got to try them all first. I don't tend to use a ton of ink every day. I do my morning pages, so I'll write 2 to 3 pages of, I don't know, just total brain dump, anything you've been thinking about over the night or anything you're stressed about for the day coming up. I've been writing that down, and it's actually a really helpful process. I've been doing it for maybe 2 weeks now, and I actually get up and look forward to it. Try not to open my phone before I do that. Maybe I'll shower first or something, but I will not look on my phone till I've done my morning pages. And I don't know, it's just a really nice practice. I have really been enjoying doing it and recommend it to anybody that has a very high anxious sort of temperament like I do, or thinks about things way too much, or stresses about things, or has a lot of to-do lists. It's just a really, really great way to start the day off. Okay, so this one is Sailor Shikiori Narashiko. This looks like a beautiful sort of lilac-y purple from the vial here. Oh, and can you see what's happening with Purgatorio? We're getting some really lovely haloing around here, which is a very similar color to this one actually. So this one actually reminds me a little bit of, is it Fujisugara? But I think it's a little more vibrant. I'm gonna have to pull that out and see what the comparison is on those two. Okay, so that finishes our first page. I think for this first page, I'd have to say I'm actually really liking this red ochre just as a standalone color. It went down pretty much like fresh blood and kind of gross. And I really like what this is dried to. It's definitely a little more ochre-y, like the name says. I think it would be kind of a really interesting one for drawing sort of monotone line drawings of trees or leaves or something, which I love to draw. So yeah, this one's really interesting. And I think this tiger snake is really standing out to me. I'm loving greens at the moment, so this is really interesting. The saddle brown is delicious. Purgatorio is lovely. Not what I expected, but still really lovely. And yeah, I think those ones are probably my favorites on this page. So overall, quite beautiful selection. So let's get a fresh piece of paper and we'll do the next one. And I love these, just while we're loading this up, these little tiny clipboards I got on Amazon. I think I got them in like a pack of 5. It was a very reasonable price, but I just love having these. I put a piece of blotting paper, or actually this is watercolor paper, on the back, and then I have my little template and I just pin it into place and it holds it all together for me. Because I like to put these pages into my little swatching folder. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So let's do this one. Ooh, Kobe strawberry chocolate. Ooh, I did not expect this one. I'm excited by this. I love all the new Kobe ones that have come out. I think there's like a gallery gray or something, and then the milk chocolate and the maybe dark chocolate. But this one is, ooh, yum. Wow, this is a lot more vibrant than I thought. I thought it would be actually maybe a little bit more like Purgatorio, like a little bit sort of brown leaning, but that is a really bright pink. Definitely not disappointed, but surprised actually. It's kind of like maybe strawberry milk instead of strawberry chocolate to me. Okay, oh, I like how that looks in the text though. It's a little darker. Yeah, that's quite lovely. I can see why people are hyping this up. It's quite nice. Okay, and then we have, oh, Diamine Ochre, which was another one that I really wanted to try. So thanks for sending that one to Mandy. All right, let's have a look at this one. Oh, oh, this is much yellower. Oh, I like that. That's really nice. Oh man, Diamine, so good. Yeah, that one's really nice. I love that color. But I always love browns, and you know, I haven't always liked burnt orangey browns. I definitely lean more towards these chocolatey redder browns. than these ones, but they are really growing on me, and I love a lot of the time these sort of inks shade quite well, so I really like that one. Oh, Teranishi Traveling Sepia, another one that I really wanted to try. I'm not sure that I had it on my list actually. How did she know that I wanted to try this one? I think this is one that she threw it. Oh, that is yummy. Oh, I really love that one. I may have to put a bottle of this on my wish list. Why do I like it so much? I don't know. Traveling Sepia. Doesn't that just sound like... Oh gosh, I'm spelling it wrong because I'm talking while I'm writing. Doesn't that just sound like a luggage, one of those big luggage boxes? What are they called? Because my brain doesn't work. You know how they, on Harry Potter, how they have the big luggage crates or whatever they carry? Why don't I know what that's called? I don't even have the foggiest idea what I'm trying to say, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, kind of like those leather boxes with the lock on the front, and you have all your stuff in it, which I think would be really annoying actually to have to go through because it'd be kind of deep. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. This just evokes ideas of sort of traveling on a train or somewhere, and you're obviously wearing something tweed and maybe a neck scarf or some kind of goggle or something like that. But Traveling Sepia, that may be my favorite so far. I know it's just a brown, but it's really yummy and I like it a lot. Okay, moving on to the last one, which is Birmingham Pen Co. Waterbear. Let's try this one out. Oh gosh, my writing there was terrible. Sorry about that. Ooh, not what I expected at all. I don't know what I was expecting, but oh, it's drying. It went down green and it's drying to this beautiful kind of purpley brown. Wow, this one's a great one. I love the names that Birmingham Pen Co has. Oh, this one, I really like this one. Yeah, this one is a really good, that one may be one of my favorites too. Alright, so that's all of our beautiful inks swatched out. I just wanted to say thanks again to Mandy over at Bookish Artist. This is a beautiful selection of colours and giving me a lot of food for thought as to what bottles I need to own. I think I really need the Traveling Sepia. That's going to go on my wish list for sure. It is quite similar to the Saddle Brown actually. A little richer perhaps, a little darker. And I really do still like the Purgatorio, which I thought I would. And this Van Diemen's Tiger Snake, I'm not sure where I would use it, but it is a deliciously crazy, vibrant color. But yeah, lots of pinks and browns. You can kind of see the colors that I gravitate towards. And I think Mandy did an amazing job of picking some extra ones for me to try that I think weren't on my list, or maybe I had all these on my list, but I don't think I had some of them. So yeah, thank you again for that. Definitely check out her channel and subscribe to her channel. And thanks for spending some time with me swatching these. I had a lovely time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.